and welcome to another edition of Washington Talks. I'm your host, Ron King, and we are pleased to have as our guest today Kathy Pienkowski from Citizens Library in Washington, Pennsylvania. Kathy, welcome to the program.
Well, thank you, Ron. It's my pleasure to be here.
I'm glad you said that. I'm always so afraid that somebody is going to say, how did I get roped into this? Kathy, you're the Circulation Service Manager at the library. What on earth does a Circulation Services Manager do?
Well, what I do is I supervise 5 employees, and we work with policies and procedures, customer service. But Ron, my real job is putting out fires. For instance, they come to the desk and they complain about fines and lost books. Let's see, we wake up sleeping patrons, talk to people about inappropriate materials.
Wait a minute. Wake up sleeping patrons.
Yes, that's our term for the public.
Okay. Kathy, how long has Citizens Library been in existence, and who started the library?
Well, in 1811, we had Thomas Baird. Almost forgot that. He was a 24-year-old senator, and he donated his law books. Then in 1869, with a generous donation from Francis Dr. Lemoyne, he donated $10,000 to the library, which started our first library in the town hall. In 1965, with the help of Norman Lyons and a lot of prominent members, they created Citizens Library, which is built as a district center, one of only 29 in this area.
Okay, so the construction in 65 is the present building in which we're operating right now.
Yes, and in fact, a little known fact is this was built as a bomb shelter because it was the Cold War.
Okay, I thought maybe some people didn't like the books and tried to let you know about it. Okay, for some of you folks who have never been in Citizens Library before, we have a short clip of a mini tour that Kathy and I did in the library recently. Would you run that clip now, please?
I'm Kathy, and I'm the Circulations Manager here at Citizens Library. We are at the heart of the library here at the Circulation Desk, or as I like to call it, the Public Service Associates. We're going to take you on a little mini tour of the library, if you'll follow me. Okay, hello, and also I wanted to show you something that we're really famous for. This is a portrait by Malcolm Purcell. It was commissioned by the Fitches, a very prominent family in Washington County. What's really unique about this mural is that Mr. Purcell used members of the community, his friends and neighbors, are in this picture. For instance, the dog is his. We've got a call a few months ago that the fairy over here is someone's grandmother, so we find that very interesting, and it's very valuable to our library and to our community. Now we're at our video section. This is one of our most popular items that are checked out. In these day and ages, there is no video store. We're it. So for no money, this is absolutely free. You can take up to 3 videotapes a day if you would like. Now I take you to our reference area. We always have a staff member here to answer any questions that the public may have. They also help with our computers. We have a computer, we have 12 computers here on a Cassie system, which means that with a card, you sign up, it assigns you to a computer. Everything is free. All they have to do is if they print, it's 25 cents. We also have a local history center, the Dorothy and Henry Hood Center, and this is one of our most well-used rooms. We have everything from microfilm from the 1700s, from the Observer Reporter. We have local histories from people, and it is always staffed by a genealogist. Welcome to the fun department. This is our children's department. This department has so many programs. We have rock painting, we have Lego Club, we have Story Hour. We are one of the only family place libraries in the area that has programming for toddlers. They have nutritionists come in, dentists come in. This summer reading club, we have well over 100 participants. So this department is what we like to call our great kids space. Hello, welcome to our one-button studio. If your aspirations were ever to be a weather forecaster, this is where you can come. Also, what you can do is you can videotape yourself for job interviews. Also, if you're musically inclined, we have a keyboard, we have a sound system. We have this now up and running. It's available appointments only, and hope to see you here. Hello, now we've arrived at our teen space. What I'm sitting on right now is actually 2 hippos, but they were a gift from McGuffey School District and the Benedum Foundation in conjunction with a local Pittsburgh artist. Behind me, the teen space has a plethora of books for the teens. They have programming, and it's well utilized. Thank you.
Okay, we are back. Thank you, Kathy, for taking us on that little mini tour of the library. That was fun. Now, Kathy, in addition to being the circulation manager and make sure that everybody has their blood circulation going on, you're also the fundraising coordinator. Now, that can be a nasty job. How did you happen to get stuck with that job?
Well, apparently I know people. I guess that's a prerequisite. But I also do a fundraising event every year, which is the wine tasting.
Mm-hmm.
And that just seemed to be a fit for me to go in and secure. People send out mailers, try to get sponsors, and it seemed to be a good fit.
Well, I can see how. They said, you know, Kathy's into wine, and why wouldn't she be into fundraising like they have something to do with each other?
The more wine, the
yeah,
bigger fundraising.
the more money you collect. Oh, Kathy, it seems that Citizens Library, as well as other libraries in the area, have really fallen on some difficult financial times. Libraries are even having a hard time keeping the lights on. What's going on there?
Well, we are supported. We do get state aid, but we also are funded by local municipalities and school districts. And when times get tough, they tighten their belts, and we're one of the first ones to get reduction in funds.
Yeah, well, I guess the municipalities, I'm not being negative about W&J College, but they continue to expand, which takes land off of the tax rolls, and so the people that ordinarily are getting that tax, the city of Washington, don't have as much to give you or operate with or anything else. And then I know infrastructure, that plays a part in it too, doesn't it, Kathy?
It definitely does. In fact, we are lucky with some of our support because of what municipalities give us. We are supported by South Strabane, into Amwell, Canton, North Franklin, East Washington, and the City of Washington. We are also funded by McGuffey School District and Washington School District.
Okay, so all this infrastructure business, if they have to pay more for their sewers and everything else for the upkeep in their community, once again, they don't have as much money to give you or anybody else, correct?
Well, that's correct. That happened in East Washington just less than a year ago. They have a lot of road repairs and hillsides falling down, and they did not have the money to contribute to us. So thank you to the citizens of East Washington who raised $3,000 to support us.
Okay. Yeah, back to the school districts. Do the Washington and the Trinity school districts contribute to the library, Kathy?
The Washington School District does. Trinity, unfortunately, in 2014, pulled funding from us completely. Again, they were raising taxes. They had issues with teacher pensions, and so they didn't have anything to give us. We're still working on trying to build a bond with them again and get some support.
Okay. Hopefully they'll be able to do that. Kathy, does the state of Pennsylvania give this library any money?
Yes, we do get, we are state funded, and because we're a system headquarters and a district center, we also work with district monies, that's in and out money that helps support the other libraries. We also, Citizens Library runs on a calendar year, the district one runs on a fiscal year, so that's the difference that we have inside.
Okay.
Our structure.
I believe I have read that the state of Pennsylvania contributes approximately 35% of your budget. Is that true?
That is correct. In fact, we are probably, I believe, ranked 5th in support for libraries in the state of Pennsylvania, in the state.
Okay, well that's pretty good considering there are probably hundreds of libraries in the state, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Kathy, I know the library has started a brand new fundraising initiative. Now, most fundraising initiatives, I love saying that, fundraising initiative. They usually give them fancy names. Has your board given your new fundraising initiative a fancy name?
Yes, it has. It is called the 21st Century Cornerstone Campaign. And what it's based on is the 4 cornerstones. The first library in 1811, 1869, 1965, and now 2017.
Okay, very good. Now, every fundraising effort usually has a particular set of goals. You don't do fundraising without setting some goals beforehand. So what are the goals of your initiative?
Well, the goals that both our executive director came up with and our board was 3 goals. It's substantial, sustainable funding, say that 3 times fast. It is programming and outreach to the community, and it is a fairly paid staff. We like to reward our lifetime employees.
Okay, that's good. A fairly paid staff. I'm sure when some of the staff hears that, they'll be going, "Yay! That's good stuff." Kathy, who are the key individuals that will be guiding the major donors portion of your fundraising campaign?
Well, it started with Diane Ambrose, that is our executive director, in conjunction with David Franz, our board president. The board approved this plan in May of 2017, and they went out to secure a chairman, some prominent member of the community, which we were lucky enough to get Martin Beekner Jr., who is the president of Accutrex.
Okay.
When that was formed, we also decided that the board alone couldn't do this. So we went out to the community, and we've got 20 panel members of very estate planners, attorneys, the owner of the newspaper, to help us with this campaign and secure funding and donors.
Kathy, if any of our viewers would like more information about the library or the fundraising drive, is there a website they can go to?
Sure. We have the Cornerstone Legacy that you can go to, Cornerstone Legacy at citlib.org. That is an email address that we can provide you with. If you want to learn more about it, you can also go to www.washlibs.org/citizens, or you can Google Citizens Library.
That would work. Now, wouldn't it? Like anybody is going to remember that website. What about a phone number? You want to give them your own personal phone number at home?
Okay, if you promise not to use it. So
yeah, we promise.
So it's 724-222-2400 extension 226.
Say that one more time for broadcasting's sake.
Okay, 724-222-2400 extension 226.
Okay, Kathy, I see our time is just about up for this edition of Washington Talks. Thank you so much for coming in and agreeing to be our guest today.
Well, it was my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Okay, and so on behalf of Kathy Pienkowski of Citizens Library in Washington, Pennsylvania, this is Ron King saying so long till we catch you next time on Washington Talks.